Morning, everyone. So to all of our viewers who think the snow is pretty, that don't get snow themselves, this is a true Canadian winter. Looks very pretty. Plowing and coming out in it, not so much. So we're going to head over to the lettuce house and we're going to answer questions for you. Okay.
Morning, guys.
So we're gonna answer all the questions that we've had a ton of questions.
Yeah.
And
over 100 from last week.
Yeah, we've answered a lot of them, but sometimes it's easier to answer on video than it is to actually type it. So Wayne is going to actually show you something first.
I know I mentioned to you guys last week that we are going to get a lighting specialist in. We're actually going to meet him tomorrow, and he's going to do a demonstration for us with the lights that he's chosen. But we have some cheapy lights up here we bought last year just off Amazon, and we thought we'd just show you. I don't know if you could tell the difference between these two trays, but in 10 days, look at the size difference. Color, weight, that's just in 10 days on those two.
So this one was under light, this one was not under light.
Yeah, planted at the same time. Look farther down, the size of the plants.
I'll try to zoom in.
Yeah.
So that's what lighting does. It'll be interesting to get our other lights.
As we get them in, we'll show you a couple other things, how things go under those lights, and we'll go from there. Okay, so one of the things we were asked was the size of our greenhouse and how we heat it during the winter months. So this greenhouse is a hoop house. It's 30 feet wide and 120 feet long. And we pretty well grow the whole thing. You see we have a small work area here, but on the other side, a couple feet up the end, and other than that, it's completely grow space. There's 170 troughs on 8-inch centers down this side, and there's 140 troughs down this side, including the nursery. So it's quite a growing area in here. The other one was how we heat the greenhouse. We can see up here we have two direct vent propane furnaces, one at each end of the greenhouse. They're 125,000 BTUs each, and then we've got 4 or 5 fans circulating the air around.
On both sides.
We don't keep it that warm here. These are all cold crops, so we keep the greenhouse at 58 degrees all winter. Now, of course, during the day we get some nice sunshine. It really warms up in here. But light is our issue more so than the heat. So we've also been asked where we source our hydroponic supplies. There are several companies around Canada and the US. A lot of the stuff we get right here out of Ontario, like the local hardware store, a lot of it. Our fertilizers we get out of Ontario, but for some of our specialty equipment that I can't get readily out of hardware, like the rubber gaskets here and the lines, we get from American Hydroponics. I bought some troughs. They're the specialists. Crop King and American Hydroponics in the US are the specialists with this kind of system. So I mean, there are some things you just have to go to them to get, and that's great because they also have all the knowledge too. I'm more than happy to help everybody out. So if you're looking for something, give them a call. They'll do what they can to find what you're looking for. We've got a question about the romaine lettuce. I guess with the scare that's been going on, people are concerned where if you can grow it, where you can get it. And yeah, we have grown it. We've grown lots of it. It's just for us in these troughs, it does present some problems as far as labor. They want to fall over. They get really large, beautiful lettuce, but we've also found that it attracts bugs more so than the other lettuce. So we have actually eliminated it. Just a couple months ago, we decided that we don't really need it, even though our customers want it. But we can also sell everything else we grow. So we just had to make that decision that it was just simpler just not to grow it and bring it and grow more of the ones that give us less grief in the long run. One of the other questions was scheduling. Well, after 4 years, I still can't get it down pat. It's a tough one. Just when you think you have enough in here, you don't. At 3 stages of the greenhouse, whether it's your finishing or your germination or your nursery, one of them is never where it should be. But we have found that as far as scheduling goes, for the main section of the greenhouse, the finishing, in the winter months, we split it in 5. So basically, every 5th week, a fifth of this greenhouse is gone. So we're here for 4 weeks, in this section for 2 weeks and there for a week. And then there's a rotation every 5th week. 20% of the greenhouse is gone, and we just keep going like that. I know a couple other viewers were saying they couldn't keep up with arugula and beet tops. We have the same issue. They're so popular, and you can only dedicate so much space to crops that aren't lettuce that you can just do what you can. We really tried to grow as much arugula as we can, and we've always got trays on the go, new ones planted every week, and we put them as close together as we can to try and get the volume we need. That's the best I can tell you guys. It's just what works for us, not necessarily work for everybody, but I just ordered some more arugula seed this morning, and we're going to actually try a different variety. This is Astro in here, and we're actually going to just bring a standard arugula in now, salad arugula, and just see if it makes a difference.
And the name of the beet tops too. Somebody had missed that on one of the videos.
There's 2 varieties, Fresh Start and Fresh Pack. We started with Fresh Pack. They were phenomenal, but then the seed wasn't available. I just called Johnny's this morning, and we should have it in about 2 weeks. So that's almost a year. So we've been running with Fresh Start, and it's good. It's been great. I just have a feeling Fresh Pack gave us a little more volume in the end. So we're gonna try both and do a couple little tests to see what happens there. And the last question that we have that we're going to show you is our growing medium. We were asked if we've ever used Rockwell, but we have not used Rockwell. When we first started, the facility we went to, they were using Rockwell. They showed us how to use it. There was a little more work to it as far as adjusting the pH. This is totally neutral, this Oasis. Easy to handle. You see how easy that comes apart. And you see the germination. I guess since I talked to you last, we planted that lot on Friday. So it'll go down in the bottom trays today. The germination is just phenomenal. But
and today is Tuesday.
Yeah, today's Tuesday. This was a little bit cheaper as well as the Rockwell, and the volume we're going through, every cent counts. But we were just down, my son and I were just down at the Canadian Greenhouse Conference about a month ago. And of course, every dealer in the country was there, and we talked to a few of them, and we talked to the Jiffy representative, and this came in the mail yesterday. So we're going to do some testing on this. These are the little peat pucks that expand when you seed them. So next week I'll open this up and we'll show you, and we'll start doing some planting. They've told me that we'll see a 15 to 20% increase in our volume and our weight. It'll grow faster, and we'll use less water and nutrients. So we'll see what happens. We'll update you on that next week. We'll start planting these next week, and we'll keep an eye on them as we go through the whole process.
Okay, so that's it. Good explanation, hon.
Yeah, okay, so we'll talk to you next week, guys, and see what other questions come in this week, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.